Hi everyone, Scott and Amy Sharkey
Hello.
from Sharkey's Greenhouses in Cripples, Wisconsin. Today we're going to be planting up some cute little moss decorative planters.
Aren't they adorable?
They are. We have several of them, and we're going to just have a little tutorial and just show kind of a behind the scenes and what our thinking process as we plant these up, and as we get ready for our greenhouse season. We're going to be opening up soon here, so we got to get a lot of little planters made up.
These go especially well around Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Especially the purse.
Yeah, the cute,
Isn't that just cute?
cute little non-functional
purse.
Yeah. So our first thing that we're going to do is they have a little plastic liner in them. We're going to make sure that we poke some holes.
So you see how that is literally a plastic? The plastic is meant for that if you had it indoors, that it would hold that moisture in and it wouldn't get all over. These are going to be meant for being outside, like on a patio table or something like that. We do need to poke holes in them, and we do that right away to make sure that our customers don't mistakenly not know that.
Right.
Because it needs to have drainage.
Yep.
And if they don't have drainage, when you water it, it's just going to keep getting wetter and wetter and wetter. And what happens when it's really wet?
The roots will rot.
The roots rot.
You'll find that out.
So make sure you poke holes in that plastic.
I think I got them all except for those.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And these are super cute, but they are tiny. So don't think that you're going to have this big, massive display of flowers. These are meant to be a little bit more compact. The bedding flowers work really well in these. I would not stick
A super petunia
a
in there?
super petunia in there.
No.
Or even like a 6-inch container. Like that, it just wouldn't survive.
It has to be something that's not vigorous.
Yep, it's going to have to be kind of on the smaller side.
You want me to start filling them up? And,
Well, let's just do one at a time. How about that?
All right.
So, which one do you want to do?
Turtle.
Okay.
All right. I'll fill it and you can plant it. How's that? Or we're going to each do one?
No, go for it.
Oh, okay.
We literally have a lot of them, so it's okay.
So I grabbed just a spattering of some of the bedding plants that we have. So snapdragons, salvia, verbena, some happy little pansies here. So I kind of like to have choices, kind of like when I go to a buffet. I love to have all these choices, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use, so I like to have lots of everything. Wax begonias.
I have so many comments about you at a buffet.
I bet you do. Ageratum and hypostases. So probably, you have to think a little bit about where are these going to go. Most of them we're going to do for the sun, but then we'll make a few just for the shade. So I think the only things that for the shade are going to be this hypostases, that coleus. The coleus can go in the shade or the sun. Impatiens. We've got some impatiens. Ageratum's going to be to full sun to partial.
Yeah.
And I thought I was missing one. I guess
have
not.
the fuchsia plant.
Yeah, fuchsia. So that's going to be our shade. Everything else is going to be for the sun. So, the sun is usually a lot easier to do.
But a lot of these probably will be on somebody's porch, which...
It depends on what kind of a porch.
When you think of a porch, if it's a covered porch, then you need to take in consideration of where does it go. Is it going to go on a covered porch where it gets that diffused light and it's not getting that actual sun of the day? Or is it going out where, the sun comes into the porch, like your mom's porch, the sun comes directly in?
Right. So you just have to think about what you have. And so with the hypostases, there's not a lot of flex with, these do have to be in the shade. So I'm going to put that with impatiens. Or wax begonias. I've talked about this before. The wax begonias are kind of that perfect bedding plant. Full sun, full shade, doesn't matter. They will not fuss. So that's,
It's your favorite.
It is my favorite because it's practical. It can go anywhere. So what should we do with this one?
Yeah, your game. Go for it.
Oh, sure. Pressure is on. Well, I'm going to go with maybe some purples on the little happy little turtle. You doing up one too?
I'm just getting you prepped here.
Oh, all right.
So what are you all putting in?
So I put in some verbena, and we can't get too crowded because there's not a lot of room, so we can't go crazy, and so we can only really put in a few plants into this container. This one,
so
this one has a little more soil.
This is like a 4 to 5 inch opening. So you're only going to put in maybe...
It is at least deep. What's the smallest one?
This one is really...
That one's really shallow.
It's really shallow.
It's long, but it's
shallow. See that? It's a snail. And he's only that. So when I plant this, I got to be really careful what I put in here.
And all the bedding plants that we picked out, they're actually all going to be about the same height. Most of them are in that 5 to 8 inch height. So everything should be able to play well together. So that's 3 plants in this turtle. I could maybe squeeze one more in it, but
if you squeeze one more in it,
it's
going to look really good, like right now.
I want to,
but
but it will fill out nicely.
Within a week or two, that's going to fill out beautifully.
Oh, I'm itching. I'm itching to put like one snapdragon in it. I'm doing it. Amy's getting hives just thinking about.
Why don't you put him in the back?
Sure.
Right there.
Because the snapdragon will get a little bit taller. Pansies, ageratum and the verbena are kind of the shortest. So that just makes up a nice, cute little planter that can go on your patio or a table or somewhere. So again, this is going to be for sun.
Mm-hmm. So you notice that we had put soil at the bottom, poked holes, put soil at the bottom. And then he didn't spend much time fussing around putting the plants in.
I never fuss.
I know, but it's not.
I'm hungry.
You know, the hardest part is picking out what do you want in your little planter that'll look good, and then from there comes the design portion of.
That's why I like lots of choices.
What goes tall, what goes small. Yeah, you did pick lots of choices.
Yeah.
And then you'll go in and fill in. There's just a few little gaps in here where he'll put in some soil to fill that in.
Sure, I'll get another one ready, and you can do one.
Okay.
You already have a bunch. Okay, go ahead.
Here, fill your guy in. So this is a little wicker bubble bowl. Same thing. It's got a smaller opening to it. Really cute. My imagination is this is going to sit on somebody's table, like outside. They have coffee. And I'm not going overboard on this one. And you can choose what you'd like. I'd love to have something a little bit taller, but I don't think that opening has enough space. So what I'm taking is this gorgeous little fuchsia.
Show that. Can you see it's almost like a pink inside in the actual petals. Like it goes to purple. I suppose it's hard to see on the camera, but.
And I know, it fits in there beautifully. I have about that much soil at the bottom also. Of course, drainage. This is also going to be a shade plant. And I am going for, when it grows out, look at that. It's going to grow up a little bit, and then it's going to start tearing over and falling over, cascading this way. And it's a no-fuss planter. It's one plant and the planter, and I think it's just going to be absolutely adorable. Can you imagine that, sitting that on your table and having a cup of coffee in the morning with it? Love it.
Yeah, that's cute.
So, simple. Because not every planter has to be jam-packed and really expensive with lots of flowers. Not sure? That the bedding plants are very expensive, but I'm just saying, not every planter has to be really, really full. So cute. Simple.
So I took the purse, and I'm doing a shade, just a shade planter, so it's pretty messy. Unfortunately, I was not careful, but I used the hypostases, and then right in the middle, there is a white impatiens. And then on the end here, I have a pink wax begonia. So, and then you can just kind of move these handles where you want. And sometimes I take this purse and I move it out just a tad, and I'm going to fill in a little bit more soil here. And then that one is going to be done. So, but that'll be cute. I'll go through and I'll water. I'll probably water and fertilize right away. So you can go ahead and use the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer right away on these. There's no problem in that. So a lot of people have been asking lately, can I fertilize right away, when I'm planting? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Absolutely give it a good start and get those nutrients in there, get that plant growing, right into the soil. All right.
I picked out different than you. So I wanted to go grab that.
Did I steal your plants?
No.
Okay.
I was coveting yours.
Oh.
So this one is the little snail, and like we talked before, it's got quite a wide inside here, but then it's so narrow this way that I want to be really careful as to, I don't want anything that's going to need really a lot of structure, like, a salvia or a snapdragon. I think that's going to be too much for it to hold in that little shallow portion. So I'm just going to add some impatiens. And again, this one is going to be a shade, and it's going to be trickier to plant up because of that being so narrow. And mind you, all of these are going to fill in. When stuff is freshly planted, it looks pretty, but nothing like within a week or two when it starts filling out.
Sure.
So again, just a cute little tabletop planter.
Yep, very nice.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he make you happy?
Absolutely.
What would you name him?
The snail?
I think we should name...
Scott the snail. That would be adorable, like me.
Next.
Elephant. Okay. So this one had probably one of the smallest volume for soil. So there was one in the pack of wax begonias. This one, the one cell had two in one. So I grabbed that one. And so there's a red and a pink wax begonia. There was just a little bit of room, and I wanted to use this hypostases. I think this is really, really cool looking. This is that almost like a reddish with the foliage, like a red and green speckled. That's also called a polka dot plant. So I have just a little bit of room, but I cannot go overboard with this because it's such a small area. So wax begonias, a hypostases. A hypostases does like shade. The wax begonias can go full sun, full shade. So I'm good there for a little fun elephant. We're gonna name him too.
Ernie.
Ernie the elephant. All right. Ernie is done.
Maybe each one should get named. Like as we press them. You think that would add some level of complexity to it?
It will.
So this is another little purse. I think it's the same size as yours.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing with this is, of course, poke the holes, filled it with soil. And this one, I'm allowed to it has wire in the edges. So I'm going to separate that out to give myself more space to come out. And I'm going to put in, this is a bedding petunia. So it's going to get a nice mound to it, but it's not going to trail over as much. And a pretty pansy.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Did I just crack my head off?
So you had taught me something just as a...
Oh, wait. Let me finish.
Okay.
And some Dusty Miller. And I'm going to put that off the side. And look at that. Oh, it's so pretty.
Very nice.
Isn't that pretty? And then they're all going to grow up and it'll get mounded and kind of bush out this way. Okay, I taught you what?
So because you are floral trained, like literally floral shop,
Yeah.
coming up with floral arrangements.
Colors, arrangement, yeah.
Yeah, so you had taught me to plant them facing where you want it.
Right.
So I didn't do a real good job in this, but you can just take and turn stuff around. But I would do up some containers, and then Amy's like, "No, you gotta turn it." Well, flowers will turn towards their source of light.
Will.
So when you put them in the containers, you might as well put them where they probably should be instead of, like one's facing this way, one's facing that way. I know that drove you crazy, but they will eventually turn.
They will eventually. Okay, so you like to overstuff and I like to have potential.
You're right.
And
which is why you picked me.
Right. And I like to have it where when I design something in the container that at that minute, they're all kind of facing me and looking the direction I want them to look.
It looks right.
It looks right.
Yeah.
But eventually, you're correct. They're all going to turn and fill out and bloom anyways.
Yep.
But it's that instant first appearance of it.
Sure. So another little container. Verbena, coleus, and a pansy.
So this is going to be sun or shade?
Sun. And the coleus is the only one in question. The coleus can go in full sun. This series of coleus can go full sun to full shade. So that one, it doesn't matter.
And for people who want to know that series, it is?
That is the...
Fairway?
Oh, yeah, Fairway Mix. Fairway Mix, I believe. Yep, Fairway Mix. Yep.
Fairway Mix, and it is full sun to full shade bedding coleus.
Yep. And there's one little pansy. This can be deadheaded. That you can deadhead, take the stick all the way down and nip that off. It's done. So I'm just going to nip that off, and that's how you properly deadhead a pansy. If you're going to do the verbena, nip it off right behind the head. And these are fresh. They're good yet, so I'm not going to do anything with that. All right, what else we got?
I broke my one flower off.
The one that you wanted?
I know, my show flower, and it kind of cracked off, so...
Oh, well.
It'll grow back.
It will grow back.
That's the hard part, is waiting.
Petunias, those are bedding plant petunias.
They are.
So just being clear on that.
But look at that color. Isn't that cool?
Bedding plant petunias meaning they're not vigorous like the super petunias.
So I'm going to kind of follow suit with what you were doing and make an all purple.
I'm a trendsetter.
Is there any, oh yeah.
Snapdragons?
This is the hardest part, is trying to pick stuff out. I told him before we came on, I'm like, what do you think? He's like, I don't know, just grab some stuff. And I'm like, I'm on decision defeat. Fatigue.
Overload. Yeah.
I'm on overload.
It was just one of those business days of she was been on the phone and doing lots of stuff, and so she's like, you pick it out. So I just went in the greenhouse and grabbed a bunch of stuff, and that's how I like to normally plant anyway.
Actually, your first response was, let's take it from here down to here.
You know,
we look like we're smiling all the time.
Well, we've been married for 27 years.
26 right now.
Well, okay, going on 27 this summer.
Yeah.
But we work together all day long. We're together all day, every day. So we've learned how to sort through conflict. Sometimes. Most of the time. So
we do pretty good. Yeah. I like you.
Yeah. So we're together all the time, and we can handle conflict together. All right, what else?
It's not conflict. It's heavy.
Resolve.
It's heavy discussion.
Yeah.
How many of you have worked with your spouses?
Yay.
I'll take that as a compliment.
All right.
So take a look at that. So in here I have, this is all sun. I've got the bedding petunia. I've got the pansy, the verbena, and a
happy little snapdragon.
Snapdragon, which is going to grow taller. And then I put some...
Not the tall snaps, though. This is a shorter, the 8 to 10 inches.
And then I have some ageratum. I filled this one kind of full because I know that, everything's going to peel out this way, and it has quite a bit of soil.
These are a little bit nicer because it's,
there's so much more soil.
Yeah, it goes all the way to this, so at least you have that much soil. Where like this elephant, it was just kind of a channel down the middle, so that's why I stayed with just a few plants.
Or
in
this one. This one's
the snail.
This one's adorable, but it's...
So you're going to have to watch the watering, and I like that you did that snail in something for shade. Mm-hmm. If I was going to put that in the blazing sun, you're probably going to have a little bit more trouble with that.
This is my favorite.
All right.
I like the color scheme. I think that's what it is.
That's cute. I like that verbena. It really pops everything. And
my broken. That's the one I broke off. Yeah, there we go.
Stick it behind your ear.
No.
The Dusty Miller, it really pops that with that white, too.
It does. And the Dusty Miller will bush out and get fuller, which is pretty. Mm-hmm. So that's as easy as
I'm going to show Kevin.
Oh, okay.
This is Kevin. So I have
to pick him up.
Yep. Kevin, we named this Kevin because, like Kevin from the Disney movie Up. So, and he's got a bouncy head. Osteospermum. sun patience, verbena. I didn't go too heavy because these are bigger plants, and I mean, this is all full of soil, which is great, and he does have drainage holes in there, but he's just cute. And he bounces in the wind.
I love him.
I absolutely love him.
I don't want to get poked.
Yep, but and I wanted funky colors. That's why I picked that. Can you turn that osteospermum so they can see? It has almost like a purple.
Yeah.
It's yellow with like a purple edge.
Let me take this next to it. Do you see that purple in the inside of it?
Yeah, that's really cool. But I like Kevin.
So as far as small little containers, our advice is make sure it has drainage. And then you need to gauge on how much soil goes in that container as to what you put in it. You don't want anything high vigor if it's a small container. You don't want anything that's going to get real tall because it won't have that structure to be able to, it'll probably knock over.
Yep.
And
it's just going to outgrow the container.
Right. Don't overcrowd them.
Use bedding plants for these, and they turn out adorable. They're cute little presents. A lot of people give them as gifts. Yeah. I mean, some people are they're just buying them for themselves, but for Mother's Day, we go through so many of these. It's a cute little
you did a good
gift.
job on these colors.
Thanks. Ditto. All right.
I really like that one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to continue planting and showing hopefully giving you some ideas and what to use, and being a little bit more confident of, maybe showing it's not an exact procedure with us. We're just putting stuff together, and
if you saw our workbench right now,
it's a mess.
We just kind of took a little bit of everything that we liked and stuck it on the bench, and then we went, okay, well, this looks good together, and this looks good together.
It looks like a plate at a buffet.
At a buffet.
Like my plate was just got everything on it.
And sometimes you'll start with, like your idea is you want to do this. And you'll end up going, oh, but that's really pretty. I think that would look better in there. Great. As long as you like it.
Yeah.
It's a thumbs up. It's flowers. So.
Right. Yeah. So just enjoy them.
Yeah.
Get creative. All right.
Have a great day.
See ya.